So you got yourself all worked up over life and you're stressing out and you're going through your daily routine, and you stop for a minute and say, what the hell am I worried about? Carry this idea with you every day. When you start to panic or worry about a situation or get angry about something, stop and say, wait, what is this worth? What is my time worth in this situation? I do it at least once every day. And I think the first time I really realized it when I was about 22, 23. I was shooting a game of pool with some friends. I knew it was my break. Everybody was drinking. My buddy started arguing, saying it was his break. And I said, no, it's mine. And we went back and forth about this. After a few seconds, I said, all right, you're right. You break. And at that moment, it all changed. All of a sudden, it's like, no, you break, you break, you break. And I always remember that. I always remember that moment. It's irrelevant that it was about an argument or that it was about pool. It's the idea that once you've made the decision to go with the flow and just let it be what it is, as long as it's causing no harm to you or others, you might have to get your pride hurt a little bit, let your guard down. But in the long run, you make off as a better person. And I think that's one of the hardest things for guys, especially. Guys tend to be a little overbearing and have that alpha complex where they want to rule and dominate every conversation and situation. Oh, I know that. I know better about that. Shit, I do it all the time. I always have to be the authority. But, over the years I've learned to humble myself and realize I don't know as much as I thought I did. But my point about this is being that stress is often caused by a resistance. And I was thinking earlier about how stress causes distress, and I hadn't even really connected the words until I thought about it, and I didn't actually look up the etymology of the words to see if stress and distress are derived from the same source, but really it's irrelevant. If not, it's a funny coincidence because most of our distress is caused by our stress. We worry about everything. From, am I going to get this job done on time, to, how bad is my kid's cold? Am I going to have to take him to the doctor? How am I going to get my car fixed? There's a hole in the roof. All these little things need to be dealt with, and stress is our way of responding to them. And stress is a natural response to a situation we need to deal with. In our natural setting, that would be very few things that would actually cause us stress. Perhaps, danger to our food, our crops, our health, our livelihood, our homes. But today we have so many other things that we've created, these illusions, stress that's caused by things that say don't even exist, such as maybe, I'm getting some bad comments on my Twitter feed. Some politician or movie star, has some kind of a problem. It becomes it's almost like we've bought into the stress of everybody else. And it's an addiction like fear. I guess I never realized how much of an addiction it was because I bought into that shit years ago. I mean, I was into everything from Illuminati conspiracies to, the whole Bohemian Grove and the Bilderbergers and excuse me. I realized these things, all of these different it wasn't just conspiracies about like the elite or rulers or New World Order. It was about something bigger. It was about the end of the world, the cataclysm that was coming. And I started to realize that is the ultimate unnecessary fear that is derived from all of the other fear sources combined. And all of those fear sources mainly root to death. The fear of death, the fear of something we don't know, the fear of the unknown. It's often cause for xenophobia, which is fear of other cultures. We don't want to understand how other people think or why they think the way they do. We'd rather just say, look at those idiots with their turbans on, or, oh, you're just a this or that, or a Russian or an Asian or an American, and even Americans and Canadians making fun of each other. It's just, we distance ourselves from each other, and it causes us stress. But it's unnecessary anxiety. When we begin to fear each other, we start fearing all the different little quirks and idiosyncrasies, and all the differences all of a sudden become dangerous, as if people are out to harm us. And then, when we start to fear other people and the world around us, that's when we start to develop these conspiratorial ideas about the end of the world and doomsday predictions. Which, there's one difference today, which is that we have the technology to actually destroy ourselves, so it is a very real possibility. But is it a warranted fear or something we should be anxious about? No, because there's nothing you can do about it. If a virus breaks out, so be it. Just be aware and be careful. But these are the things that cause us stress, which cause us distress, which cause cortisol to flow, and our immune systems to shut down, and our bodies begin to go into panic mode. Sorry about that. Permanently into panic mode. And I should have turned down the ringer on my phone. Anyway, the life that we live, it's a stressful one, and a lot of different things happen to us, and there's not always a lot we can do about it. And it's easy to let ourselves get carried away and worried and angry over things that we can't control. But the measure of a man's wisdom is in how well he handles himself under pressure. So rather than worrying about things that might happen, look at them as hurdles, challenges, things that will challenge your patience, such as when I had my tree collapse on my wire and rip it out of the roof, and we were out of power for 4 days. I had to respond calm, cool, and collected. And little problems like that become big issues for some people. I mean, they would be devastated. Their whole family would go to a motel, and they'd have to call somebody in, and they'd be worrying about it the whole time. The difference is you deal with it, but you don't worry about it. You let the situation be resolved. When we do worry, it should be over things that we know we need to take care of, that are harmful to us at the moment or put us in danger. But I see unnecessary stress and fear as being the number one cause of distress, which is the number one cause of problem in this world. And that's the bare bones root of what I think all of our problems lie within. It's not just a matter of just educating people, because that doesn't work. People could be academically geniuses, but still lack the wisdom to understand just basic concepts about how to live and think. A person could be very good at thinking and reasoning, but still be in complete fear of things they can't control. So I guess we all just take it as best we can and go on from there. Anyway, I hope you all had a great Christmas, and we'll be talking to you soon. Peace.